73, I was second year college, and Chito came in, and he was first year college in our seminary where the students studied in Ateneo. So he was this very skinny boy from Imus, Cavite, and very quiet. But then if you start talking to him, he's a conversationalist. You can talk, we can talk, and he's very intelligent, very friendly. So Chito made a mark for himself in academics. Everybody knew that he was brilliant. And as early as that time, it was, I think prophetic that some of the professors who knew how brilliant he was saying he will become cardinal in the 70s. And when they got tired of saying he will become cardinal, from time to time, he might even become pope. Would you imagine, in his youth, he already showed an exceptional, perhaps exceptional qualities that made people think that he will go very far in the ecclesiastical ladder, and which many years later happened. Nobody doubted that he will go very far because even in the seminary, in Ateneo, and later on in the School of Theology, he was always up there, up in the clouds, too far away from us all. Yet, in spite of his excellence in all of our studies, he didn't stay there. He always landed where we are and helped us along to survive our academic requirements. He was very good in bridging the gap between individuals and groups. He was a facilitator. He will bring people together and encourage them to talk, encourage them to listen to him, and then he will listen to others. And the word pope comes from the Latin pons pontis, pontifex, which means bridge. So a pope is one who bridges the gap between people and God, and bridges the gap amongst peoples, nations, groups, races. So Chito had all of that. I will find it a self-fulfilling prophecy because, as I said, we were teenagers and they were already teasing him, Cardinal Tagle. And some were even teasing him when they got sick and tired of just saying Cardinal, Cardinal, Cardinal. Why not Pope Chito? I will look at God and tell God, you really know how to surprise us.